Hi, my name is Annabel Rodriguez and I am friends with Magali and she asked me to record this video for the class Teaching, Listening and Speaking. As you can see, I am at the airport right now. I am about to board my plane to Honduras, but I wanted to start this video here because sometimes when you're learning how to teach English, you think that the only chances that you have is in the classroom, and you have no idea how many opportunities you can have with this career. At the moment, I am working at a book company, and they have me traveling everywhere. Like I've been to Mexico, to Guatemala, to Honduras. Um, by the end of the month, I'm going to be in Panama, and in March, I'm traveling to Ecuador. So the truth is that you open the doors with this career. So keep on studying, and this is the end of the first part of my video. I'm going to talk about my educational background and my work experience in the next video, in the next part. So see you soon. Hi, this is my second part of the video. I am already here in San Pedro Sula. I spent 2 nights in Tegucigalpa and now I am here ready for the second part. I'm going to talk about my educational background, and first I would like to highlight that I studied at public institutions. First, I studied at Escuela Parroquial Asunción Paleca and then Escuela Parroquial Aculhuaca. I studied high school at Centrales Señoritas, and then I studied at Universidad del Salvador and I got a licenciatura en idioma inglés opción enseñanza. I graduated in 2007, long time ago. Then I went to Northern Illinois University because I was granted a Fulbright scholarship in 2012. I studied 2 years. It was a great experience, but I didn't like the cold weather. It was awful. I love the snow though. Then in 2015, I applied for a scholarship in Jerusalem, Israel. It was an awesome experience. I really learned so much about curriculum development, and I gained a lot of skills and a new vision about curriculum. Later, I have been taking other courses, and I would like to highlight two. I applied for a scholarship, and I got one on special needs in the TEFL context, and the other one on methodologies to teach STEAM. And they were granted by the Organization of American States and University of Oregon. I think that it is very important that we teachers take responsibility of our learning. There are new trends in education, and we cannot continue teaching students as we did yesterday. There is a quote that I love that says that if we teach students of today with the methodologies of the yesterday, you are stealing them their future. And also 60% of the students that are in primary right now are going to have jobs that they don't exist. So we cannot continue teaching with things that you learned in the past. You need to update, you need to learn new skills, new strategies, methodologies. And to tell you the truth, universities are going to do some of this training, but most of it is going to be on you. And you've got to take responsibility. You have to read, you have to join courses, look for online options, or maybe academies that are teaching some of the skills that you need. When you face a classroom, you're going to have a diverse group of students, and they are going to have different needs. And you have to give them answers, and you have to help them all to learn. So if you're not competent in your skills, if you don't know what you know, and if you don't train in the areas that you're not so good, then you're going to fail at your students. And remember that they are the future, and that's a huge responsibility. I love teaching, and I think that sometimes people don't see the value of this career, and that is sad. Because we can change lives, and it has happened to me that I have some students that they come and say, like, teacher, remember you said this, teacher, you helped me this way, and sometimes I don't remember, but they do. And That is awesome. That is so rewarding. And I really hope that you get to have the chance to see one of your former students and listen to those words um, about how you changed their lives. Keep on studying, and this is the second part on educational background. I'm going to come back with my third part of the video on my work experience. See you soon. Hi, this is the third part of my video, and I'm going to talk about my work experience. I started working when I was 18 years old. I worked at a school in Apopa. I was teaching kindergarten and I loved it. I love working with kids. It's like I have worked from kindergarten to master's degree students, but I really love kindergarten students. Like you amaze them with every little single thing that you do. It's like, wow, teacher, you're awesome. So I love it. I love working with kids. Right now, I am at my hotel room, and this is San Pedro Sula. That's the view that I have from my room. I am in the 7th floor. And let's continue with my work experience. So I started working when I was 18. Then I had to quit my job because, as you know, Universidad El Salvador has like the worst schedules. And I couldn't fit my work schedule with my classes, and I had to decide. So I had to quit my job. I was taking teaching practicum at the time. And then next year, 2004, there was an opening at Externado San Jose. It was just for 3 months. One of the teachers had a baby, so they needed a substitute teacher. And I worked there, and it was, wow, a great experience because I think that Externado San Jose is one of the best schools in El Salvador because of the values that they teach and the social conscience that they transmit to the students. So I worked there, and then I worked at Liceo Cristiano Reverendo Juan Bueno. I was there for a year. I worked with 5th graders. After that, I worked at ITCA, and also I worked at I was working at Universidad Don Bosco. I was on Saturdays. Some people were saying like, Annabelle, why do you work so much? Don't work on Saturdays. Just relax. You're young. You don't need that much money. And the truth is that I was planning my future. I wanted to work for a university, and I wanted to work teaching future teachers. So I kept on working at the university. I quit ITCA, and I worked at a call center. I was at Expedia. Thank you for calling Expedia. My name is Annabelle. How can I assist you today? We had to memorize all the script. After that, I got the opportunity to work at Universidad Don Bosco full-time. And I became a full-time professor. And then I got my position at the English coordinator of the English program. It was a great experience. It required a lot of learning on leadership and administrative stuff because I needed to prepare a budget. I need to work on the salary payrolls and all those stuff that you don't learn when you're studying your BA. And it is something that is important. Later, I went to my scholarship. I came back in 2014. I kept on working at the university. I was teaching classes, but I wanted to do a little bit more than just teaching. And I quit the university in 2016, and I started working at AMCO in 2017. And I also had the great opportunity to work for the Plan Nacional de Formación Docente, and it gave me the opportunity to travel around El Salvador. I went to San Miguel. I was there. Chalatenango, San Vicente, Santa Ana, Santa Tecla, San Salvador. And I met so many inspiring teachers. I was moved because usually we talk about public education and we do it with some resentment because we might have had bad teachers. And we think about them like people who are lazy and who don't want to do their job, or we have like some negative idea. And when I was working with these teachers and I was seeing what they were doing in their classes and how much they were studying and trying to give their best to their kids, I was really inspired. I think it is very challenging because of the violence that we have in our schools, the lack of resources and the lack of support, and still they have this hope that they can change students' lives, and that's really amazing. And I am still in contact with some of them, and we share some ideas. And I even created a group. Maybe some of you are in my group. I have a group that is English Teaching Community, and it's on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook, and I share tips and links and information, and there are a lot of professors there from different universities, and they also post some courses that they think are useful for future teachers. And the idea came from that. Like, I visited all these schools and all these teachers, and I saw them working, and I was like, how can I help? And I created that. So that's my work experience. At the moment, I am also working on some thesis revision for Universidad Don Bosco. I work on designing some programs. But generally, my main job is working at AMCO, which is the book company that I told you about. I visit schools today, for example. I have to visit a school, and I'm going to observe the teachers. We have a tool, we have an app where we can we check what things the teacher is doing in the classroom, and then we provide feedback and some tips on how to improve their teaching. Let's see, what else do I share now that I have your attention? As you can see, I have worked at different places, and I have worked at different levels. And what I have done is that I have built my reputation and my career. People, when they see me, they know all the things that I know. I share. When you know something, the best thing that you can do is to share it with others, because first, you learn it better, and second, you're getting them to know your skills. I also volunteer. I have taught classes for deaf students, people who can't hear, and sometimes they cannot speak. I have volunteered at churches as an interpreter when there are missions of doctors that come to support some communities. I have volunteered. There was an English class that I taught for some community members that were part of a church, and they wanted to learn some English. So when they had missionaries, they were going to be able to communicate. So you have a gift, and it is the language. You are the bridge to help communities to interact with the world. And I think that that is something important. Whatever gift that you have to share it with others. You have to help others. And this is a very humble profession, because the goal of this profession is to allow others to become better and to help them to have a better future. I think that like half of you are not planning on becoming teachers, and usually people study this career because they want to learn English. And I hope you fall in love with teaching, because I am in love. This is the best that I can do with my life. I love the impact that I make in teachers' lives and students' lives. And I really hope that you fall in love with this career. Magali is someone also who is a very inspiring teacher, and I love her attitude towards her students and looking always for innovative ways of inspiring them. And I have met so many wonderful teachers, and I have a lot of hope in El Salvador that we can change the situation in our country, and that every day you're making a change by helping each of your students. I hope you see it that way, and I hope that you reflect on your first, your responsibility for your own learning, because teachers are going to give you a grade, but life is going to give you tests that you're not ready for. So you need to prepare yourself. Second, to get involved with the skills that you have in your community, in your university, to give, to share. And third, I want you to be able to see the power of teaching, because this is our superpower. I hope to see you soon. Maybe I can travel to San Miguel one day and see you and talk to you. And if you have any other questions, you can tell Magali, and maybe I can record another video for you. So thank you for having me in your class. I think this is going to be a little bit long video, but I hope you had fun. And have an awesome day and an awesome life. Bye.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go! Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness